It's been a week since, well, Roblox took away our freedom of speech right here. And I have a lot to say about it. This is my second time doing this video. The first time was okay, but I felt like I could take it in a different approach, especially from the perspective of a 2007 user. Yes, I know. Auntie, grandma. I see Roblox do a lot of changes. I thought that tickets removal was like the worst thing ever, but having to access chat through giving your ID or doing a face scan, in my opinion, is the #1 worst thing ever. If you're new here, I typically don't do these kind of videos because I just kind of talk about this kind of subject off camera way before this update was implemented. But because there's some sketchy things with the Roblox Corporation, and then Mr. Bazooki being sketchy, and then how everyone doesn't like this update, and how I felt about it, I felt like I could no longer stay silent and I should make a video on this. And the reason why I decided to make a video on this is because, like I said in the beginning, I've been on Roblox for over 15 years. I'm really sad to see that this is Roblox right now as it's going downhill. Back in the day, for me, it was like harmless, it was really fun, we can make new friends. But then over the years, when there were like new features implemented, and then there's some news coming out about Roblox, and then Roblox going public instead of private, and then SCHLEP getting banned for trying to catch PDFs, bad actors, that really set everyone off, including me. And then Mr. Bazooki being on the podcast, we'll get to that later, also set me off, and to me that was the final nail in the coffin. Unless you've been living under a rock, SCHLEP is a Roblox YouTuber who is known for advocating safety on Roblox and catching bad actors, which I have high respect for. But Roblox saw this and was like, you should not be doing this. And in August, SCHLEP got terminated for catching bad actors. And not only that, SCHLEP also got a cease and desist from Roblox. And that set everyone off because Roblox has an issue with child safety all these years. And I can speak from my perspective as well. For all the years I've been on Roblox, I've had way too many close calls of people attempting to take advantage of me. There's now multiple lawsuits that are coming to Roblox, and now Roblox is currently in the hellfire because lack of child safety. And this is the result of the whole shenanigans, is freedom of speech taken away from us. Unless we give our ID or do a face scan, then we can access chat. Yeah, this is not the proper solution. That made things so much worse. I remember that SCHLEP had a panel at CrimeCon, and he was with Chris Hansen, and there was someone else with him, I don't remember who. And SCHLEP was telling his story about how when he was younger, there was a developer who attempted to take advantage of SCHLEP. On the same day of CrimeCon, there was also RDC happening, and during that time, David Bazooki, the CEO of Roblox, was talking about implementing dating features. The juxtaposition is so crazy between those two events, oh my god! When I heard about SCHLEP's story, I felt really sad because I've had moments on Roblox when I was a kid where there were people attempting to online date me or people attempting to take advantage of me. I remember this one time that I met this guy, we will name him Daniel, and Daniel had some crazy crush on me, and he was calling me cute, hot, pretty, and I was 12 at the time, so you can imagine the amount of red flags this guy was raising. I was told early on by my mom to not online date. She told me of like, be careful of people trying to online date you, you have to say no to the things because it is unsafe. It is for your own safety. And I took my mom's word seriously. And then weeks later, Daniel writes in his status on Roblox, "Today, I'm gonna ask Ruka to be my girlfriend." I'm not kidding you guys, this was what he wrote. Also, I want to point out that I wasn't named Ruka at the time. I was under a different username. And this was also when statuses were a thing. So you could just write how you were feeling and all that stuff. He writes down, "Today I'm gonna ask Ruka to be my girlfriend," smiley face. I stumbled across that like, are you serious? You want me to date you on Roblox? No! I go into a game and Danielle follows me and pops a question to me of, "Would you like to be my girlfriend?" And I said no. Immediately no. And then I crushed Danielle's heart because I said no to him. And then we never spoke to each other again. All because my mom educated me on online dating and how if I said yes to online dating on Roblox, it would put me in this bad spot. Thank you, Mom. You thought that was one time? Oh, I got another story for y'all. I was chatting with a guy who we will name Oliver. We were chatting with each other using the party chat function, and Oliver said to me that he needed to message me something. And I was like, "Sure, what do you need to message me?" And he messages me, "I think you're hot." And I saw that being like, well, where are you getting at? And I knew that I needed to report Oliver, and the report system could either work or fail. So I went in game, and Oliver followed me, and he was really trying to get me to be his girlfriend, and meanwhile me rejecting him, but it's not working because he was insisting on being his girlfriend. So while he was insisting, I had to quickly whip out the report abuse system. I had to type in what was going on, send and pray that Oliver gets banned. And then a few minutes later, Oliver leaves the game I was in. And I was like, did he rage quit? Or was I mean to him? And then Oliver messages me on Roblox being like, "Hey, so I got banned. I don't know what happened." And then I was like, oh yeah, Roblox did take action against Oliver. So you thought that was another time. Boy, I got another one. And this one is so much worse than the other two. I want to put out a trigger warning out there that this last story does contain mature subjects, so if that makes you uncomfortable, then I suggest you divert your eyes away right now. This guy, who we will name Kevin, messages me on Roblox and then party chats me, and then during that conversation, he was talking about how he is obsessed with looking at pictures of beautiful women, and then I was like, oh, interesting. And then he then asked me, "Do you want 5,000 Robux?" And then he was like, "If you want 5,000 Robux, all you have to do is take a picture of yourself nude and send it to me, and then you'll get that 5,000 Robux." Which sounds like a really creepy thing to do. Not only that, very illegal. So I was like, bro, I am not doing that in front of you, because I know for sure that you are gonna do something very terrible to me. But Kevin was like,
"But I want to see a nude picture of you. I know you want that 5,000 Robux."
and I was like, I am not doing that shit in front of you. I am not sending a nude picture of me to you. And I will have my life ruined if I do that. And Kevin did not give a living f about that. Even if I say my mom's gonna kill me if I do that, Kevin did not give a living f about that. He still wants nude pictures of me in order to get that 5,000 Robux. And this was on the Roblox website. Yes, I know I would have reported to Roblox. I wasn't sure why I didn't do that. I think I was just really trying to stop him from trying to persist him way more. And then Kevin was like, oh well, you're not getting the 5,000 Robux. But I did not care because I was prioritizing my own internet safety over everything else. Number one, internet safety. As a minor, I would not do those things in front of Kevin as a minor because I know for sure again, my life would be absolutely hecking ruined. I told these 3 stories as a way to show that even to this day, Roblox is still lacking child safety, and this here is not helping. Like, this can easily be bypassed. Like, there's Discord out there, and then there are kids using their parents' faces, using their parents' ID, using their older siblings' faces, using their IDs, and that results in them getting placed in a different age group. And I know for sure that I will be placed in a much younger age group because I have baby face. I'm over 21, but I know for sure if I did a face scan, then I will be placed in a younger age group, and then I won't be able to chat with my friends, which is really sad for me and really frustrating too. I've heard stories of people who are 14 getting placed into 17, 18 because that's how the AI detects their face. And I've heard like over 20-year-olds getting placed into 13 to 15, all because again AI thinks that they are younger than they used to be. I know that images and videos of you are deleted after the face scan is complete, but the third-party company persona that is being used is under a lawsuit, so I'd rather not take the risk. Also, if I did give my ID and then there's some data breach going on, then I know for a fact that my name and my home address will be out there for the public to see, all because there was some data breach. And I don't want that to happen, so I decided to not give my ID nor do the face scan, just for my own safety. Other than being placed in the wrong age group, there are so many issues with it. As you all know, there are people selling age-verified accounts on eBay and sketchy websites. There are people out there who are faking their identity. There are people, creepy people especially, who have been age-verified to a much younger age group, and then they can use that to take advantage of a much younger audience, and that can be really, really unsafe. So really, this age check system is not improving the whole bad actor problem. There was this Creekcraft clip of him being like, "Can anyone hear me?" And there were a bunch of little kid voices being heard, and that is really, really, really shocking. Because I know for a fact that they have been placed in a much older age group, and that's how they can interact with Creek, who is much older than those kids. Teamwork games like Tower Defense Simulator are absolutely cooked because there is no way that I am able to communicate with my teammates on where to place the tower because it heavily relies on communication. And also, roleplay games are also done for because there's so much socialization that goes on. And can we also talk about Roblox's current slogan, which is reimagining the way that people connect? Yeah, the only way that you can do that is to give your ID or do a face scan. So really the slogan is misleading, and it's just like locked behind an ID scan and a face scan. And I've seen developers tweet out that the percentage of people chatting in their game has drastically plummeted down to 20 to 30%. And they are just really frustrated as well. While this update has a lot of negatives, and people don't like this update, which me too, I don't like this update. You could consider this update a quote-unquote blessing in disguise for the parents because they have to prioritize their kids' safety online since a lot of kids are relying on technology to keep themselves busy. So if a kid comes up to their parents be like, I cannot chat on Roblox, can you do an age check? Can I use your ID? And so the parents may say no to that because they are worried for their kid's safety. So they have to sit down with them and talk about internet safety and all that. Because the last thing they want happen to their kid is for them to have their life absolutely ruined at an early age, and they don't want that for them to happen. So I understand that. However, with the whole reimagining the way people come together, reimagining the way people connect, this feels really misleading because then you have to give up your ID and do a face scan in order to access chat and potentially be placed in the wrong age group if you did a face scan, and then you won't be able to communicate with your friends. This age check system didn't need to happen in the first place. All Roblox needs to do is hire moderators, human moderators to be exact, not rely on AI to do the moderation, and most importantly, sever ties from Discord, because as you guys know, a lot of developers leave their Discord server link under their game, and that's how suspicious people can get access to other players, especially kids, is through Discord. I feel like if Roblox severed ties with Discord and all of the other things that I mentioned, then I felt like then this problem would be improving. Like I said multiple times, and as y'all know, this is not solving the problem. This is making things so much worse. Oh god, we are talking $1 billion company here. Also, people are putting the blame on SCHLEP as if he proposed the idea to Roblox. He has nothing to do with this update. He has said that himself on Twitter. We should not be blaming SCHLEP. We should be blaming Roblox. SCHLEP's not the villain. Roblox is the real villain here. And if y'all say, Ruka, you're wrong, we should be blaming SCHLEP for the situation, so Top and Hat will send you straight to the Shadow Realm. Do you know that one Leave Britney Alone meme years ago? Now it's Leave SCHLEP alone, he has done nothing wrong, and he does not work for Roblox. All he is doing is advocating for Roblox's safety and catching bad actors, and y'all don't need to put the blame on him. Leave SCHLEP alone! We don't understand the mindset of what Roblox was going through when they banned SCHLEP. They could have contacted him being like, hey SCHLEP, thank you for keeping Roblox safe. We would like your input on how we can improve safety on Roblox. Or follow SCHLEP's idea and have a discussion on how they could improve safety on Roblox. But no! They think that banning SCHLEP was a good idea on their part, and that really fricked everything over, and now Roblox is in the hellfire. Oh, Jesus Christ, you guys see how mad I am with this? Also, Mr. David Baszucki was on a podcast. I didn't watch the entire podcast. There was a Chloe's Game video that I watched about David Baszucki being on the podcast, and bro was absolutely losing his mind. Like when the hosts were asking him about all these concerns around bad actors, Mr. Baszucki was like, we don't see them as a concern. We see bad actors as an opportunity. Bro, are you serious? Absolutely not! Also, Mr. Baszucki kept silencing the hosts, like the hosts were trying to address their concerns, and I get it. Mr. Baszucki instead was talking about all these like features that are coming to Roblox instead of hearing about what the hosts have to say. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that was the final nail in the coffin for me. I understand that David was visibly frustrated. He is frustrated with our protests. He is frustrated with all the lawsuits coming in, the news articles about Roblox, and everything. I completely understand. But that does not mean that you could say whatever you want and just say completely things that are out of your mind. Like, bro, that is so unprofessional and not the way to go through things. You need to listen to your audience and then say thank you for your feedback. We'll take those into consideration. Not interrupt them, like how the hosts are being interrupted. Like, what the heck? Y'all know that Roblox is cooked when Chris Hansen, of all people, comes out of retirement and announces that there's a documentary film in the making about Roblox's lack of child safety, and that they have done interviews, and SCHLEP is also interviewed, and Roblox refuses to do the interview, and that made me really mad. It'd be also interesting if an ex-Roblox employee is also part of the interview and they spill all the tea. I would like to see that interview. I think it'd be a lot more interesting. Only time will tell as to what will happen in the future with the age verification. I've seen people on Twitter protest this in-game, but in all honesty, it does not help. I've also seen people make clothing that says I can't chat, or I am not giving my ID, I am not doing the face scan, and that got people moderated. And I've also seen people change their display name to no chat or I can't chat, just to let others know that they cannot speak because they don't want to give their ID. And I'm still not giving my ID, and I want to say to y'all to not do the face scan and not give your ID just for the sake of chatting. I know it's a really hard pill to swallow, but in all honesty, it's for the sake of safety. My hope is that this update will get reverted, but really the only way that this update can get reverted is if the stock market really plummets down. And when this update came out, the stock market did plummet down, but I've seen it improve significantly. So really it's uncertain for the future. And if the team finds out that really this update made things worse, like it's not improving the situation, then they can like revert the update. People have been giving me their IDs already, or doing the face scan already. And for my case, I am not doing any of those two. And no, seriously, actually, don't give your ID, don't do the face scan. I'm telling y'all, it's for the sake of safety, and I don't want to risk it all just to get access to chat. So really, it's a waiting game as to what will happen to the age verification system. I know it's gonna be a hard pill to swallow. We were all dreading this update in all honesty. Like, I can imagine when the Halloween event was happening, all people were just talking about is how they should revert the upcoming update for the chat system. Or when the creator showdown was happening, people were just typing in the tweet being like, don't do the update. Fun fact about the creator showdown, now that I mentioned it, somebody that I used to know in real life from over 10 years ago was competing in the creator showdown. That's a story for another time. Yeah, don't give your ID, don't do the face scan. Honestly, this has been frustrating for all of us, and all of us dreaded for so long. Anyways, I guess that's the video for today. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry if this is not the typical video that you were expecting. And if you're new here, I'm typically not like this. This is the kind of video I wouldn't do, but because this update has been frustrating all of us, and because of the heinous sayings that David Bazuki was saying, I just feel like I could no longer stay silent and I just need to speak out on it. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Okay, but seriously, don't give your ID, don't do the face scan.